Hello, this is Mike Levin from Northern Kentucky University, and this is part 2 of putting up a content management system. Now, last time we got the content management system into Adobe Flex from the book Create, Modify, and Reuse, and now we need to do a little bit of work to get it running. And so we're going to go through step by step and get it up and going. So from our task list so far, we've downloaded and unzipped the Chapter 5 code and got it running in Adobe Flex. Let's go get those additional scripts that we're going to need. So let's go back to my next link. And let's control-click on that. And we're on my Google code, and just click on Content Management System or Content Management Notes.doc. Let's open that up. And this is the same as the notes you've been viewing, and all the code that you're going to need in the next section is right here, the settings.xml, the dataset.xml, and the PHP find path file and the PHP gateway file. So that'll save you a lot of typing and creation and maybe some headache there in the end as we begin to put things together. So now we have that script downloaded. Go ahead and save that to your desktop somewhere, and we'll be referring to that in the future. So what we need to do now is basically go and create the folders on the server side and set permissions. So let's do that now. Bring up FileZilla, and I'm going to go ahead and connect to my server. And on the server side, I'm going to want to create the folders I need to make this system work. So let's go ahead and go to the public HTML. Now for your server, it might be a little bit different. If you're using SiteGround, which we're using right now, then it'll be the same. And I'm going to go ahead and right-click on that and create a directory. And we'll just call it My CMS. Okay? And hit OK. And let's come down here to the directory file, My CMS, and I'm actually going to put two folders in there. Now I already got the content management system working, so let's open that up. And we can see I want to create an assets folder and a data folder, and let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'll go back to My CMS, and just right-click there and create directory. And we'll create an assets folder. Okay. And we'll create a data folder. Now, in order for this server to work, we need to upload data to this server. And in order to upload data to the server, you have to have the right permissions on these files, which means you need to be able to write to the files. Now, this can be a security risk. Just want to warn you that people can gain access from time to time and just dump tons of worthless content into your folders. So just be aware of that. But we will be opening things up for the ability to read and write. And now we're going to show you how to do that. You need to go to your server control panel and make sure you have the right permissions. And let's do that right now. Now I've logged into my server site, www.siteground.com. I'm going to go to the C panel and hit Go. And access C panel normally. And I'll go ahead and put in my password stuff. And log in. And now I'm in the server. And I don't need that. And I want to come down here and I want to go to the file manager. And so this may be a little bit different in your particular server configuration, but the procedures are pretty much the same. So once I'm in the file manager, I'm going to actually navigate to my files and make sure the permissions are set correctly. And I'm in my public HTML. Yours might be called something else like HTML or www. And once I click on that HTML folder, I want to open that up. And that'll show me all the folders in there. And I'm looking for My CMS. And there it is, My CMS. You can see the permission is set to 755, which is what I want. Now I can actually go in here and double click on this, actually change that permission. You see, just basically highlight that and change it to something else. I could change it, for example, to 0666. Don't want that. We'll stick with 755. That works for this particular application. And you want all the folders inside that to be set as well. And you can see those permissions are set to 0755, 0755, and that works for this application. I'm happy with that. Just make sure your permissions are set right. If your application is not working, one of the things you want to troubleshoot or try to go to is make sure these server permissions or these server folders do have the right permissions so you can read and write to them. And we're done with that portion. let's go to the next section. So let's go ahead and set up the settings.xml file. Now, settings.xml file lives in the Adobe Air application. If you see, it's right here in the source folder, and I'm going to click on that. And there's what's inside that XML file. And basically, there's going to be a gateway file, a data file, and an assets folder where you put your images. And you want to reference each one of those on the server. Now, right now, you're given some basically what came from the author's website, and it's wrong. And we want to configure this to our website. Now, there's going to be a gateway.php file. There's going to be a dataset XML, and there's going to be an assets folder. So what we're going to do right now is go to the Word document, grab those two applications, gateway.php, dataset.xml, and put those up on the server, and then actually set that path or that address. Let's do that right now. So go ahead and open up FileZilla. So I have FileZilla open right now. I'm going to go to My CMS. And I want to put my gateway PHP right here in this particular folder, the My CMS folder. So let's go to what we have opened up so far. This is the docs folder, which you downloaded, which has all the files that I've typed in. I want to grab this PHP file right here, the gateway PHP. We're just going to grab that from Word. We're going to copy it. So right-click and copy. And you can just go ahead and open up Notepad. You can do this in Dreamweaver or some other editor, but we'll do it in Notepad. And just paste this directly right into Notepad. And there's my PHP file. And I'm going to go ahead and save it as a PHP file. So save it as gateway.php. And now the great thing about FileZilla is you just drag and drop this file right into FileZilla. So we're going to find that on our desktop, and we're just drag and drop it. And here's our gateway PHP file. Let's go and drag and drop that right into FileZilla. And we're going to come back and set the URLs correctly in this PHP file here. And they're not set correctly as we have it so far. But at least we have the structure that we're setting up for the files. The next thing we need to do is get the XML file into the assets folder. Let's go ahead and do that. So the next thing we need to do is drop that XML file into the assets folder. So let's go back to our Word document and grab that XML file. And we need to grab the dataset XML file. Let's go ahead and copy that. And bring Notepad up once again. Get a new file here. And go ahead and paste that in there. And we're going to go ahead and save that. Save as. And make sure you have all files clicked, or you'll get a text file. We're going to save this as dataset.xml. I'll go ahead and save that. And we're going to pull that from our desktop, and we're going to throw it right into FileZilla. So we have FileZilla open, and here's our dataset XML. Let's grab it and just drag that right into data. And now what we want to do is go to the settings XML in our Flex program and set the file paths. So let's bring Flex back up. And let's go ahead and set the gateway file path, which will be www.nkuflc.org, which is my server path. You want to put your server path in there. And the name of our folder is My CMS. And then in that we had our gateway file. So that's set. Now let's set the next one. So I can go ahead and copy and paste this first part right here. And this is the path to the data set. And paste that in. And we can see this is www.nkuflc.org /mymcf/mymcms and /data/dataset. And then we want to set the assets folder. and go ahead and paste that in as well. And so now we have everything set for on our settings side. It's time to proceed to the next portion of setting this content management system up. And that'll be working with the Gateway PHP and the Find Path program, and we'll do that next time.